Hi everyone! Happy Thanksgiving! It is Thanksgiving week, so I want to continue talking about gratitude and being thankful. Um, we talked last week about some exercises to help us increase our sense of gratitude, and we talked about how these it has been proven by science and research that actually can boost joy and, in general, a sense of well-being in our life. So today I want to talk to you about another incredibly powerful outcome of applying gratitude to our life. And that is actually that we can be better equipped in owning our own story. This is something I have experienced myself in the past few weeks, working with an outstanding client of mine, with whom I really enjoyed our coaching partnership. And so this client has been for many years feeling a sense of guilt about the fact that her resume wasn't talking about who she was as a person. She felt her resume was not well connected with her personal brand that I could see shining through her immediately as soon as we'd start talking together. But she really felt that what was on paper wasn't going to open her the doors to do a pivot in her career and search for an opportunity that was so much more aligned with who she was at her core. And so we walked we worked a lot in the past few weeks in understanding what were those core values, and how also she could own her own story of why certain roles that she took were not going in the direction of those core values. But she was able to be thankful and grateful for those jobs because those roles helped her understand and grow and made her so much more aware of who she was as a person. And guess what? She just landed her dream job. After 25 years of not even trying to apply for those roles, she finally got it. And the reason is because she could talk positively about the challenges that were part of her resume. And so she wrote a fantastic introduction letter, and that spoke volumes. And it literally took her 10 days to go through the whole interview process. And yes, being offered, and I'm happy to say, with a much higher salary than she expected. So this is the power. Try to imagine the difference if instead she was gonna go at the interview apologetic or not owning it fully, and especially without that ability to twist from the challenge to something that to be thankful so much for life to throw at us, because now thanks to that I've learned this and this. And this is what I do. This is what I do with some of my clients. And it makes me feel so happy when I'm able to bring a person from being down because something is not just fitting right to reframing it and finding the purpose behind that and connecting it with their all purpose and who they want to stand, how they want to stand in life, and how everything connects to values, and again the core values that make us who we are. I love to talk about this for hours, but I want to make sure that you get the gist of it. If you are in a situation where you want some help reframing something challenging and how to make sure that your resume or whatever tool you want to use, maybe your personal brand statement, right? Wherever you are in your career, please reach out. I love to do this kind of work, and I can guarantee you It's very effective in really making you take that role or that new job, make that pivot in your career so that it's more aligned to who you really are. I am Simona, and I'm the founder of Coaching with Simona. I help overworked and overwhelmed managers become confident and authentic leaders who drive success for themselves, for their teams, and their organization at large. Please subscribe to my YouTube channel and reach out at Simona at coachingwithsimona.com. I'd love to hear what's going on in your life and how I can help you reframe it in a way that lands you that role, lands you that position you have been wanting for so long. Talk to you soon. Bye. Happy Thanksgiving.